to push his agenda. Let's ask the RNC chairman himself live this morning. Reince Priebus, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ed.
Good to see you. Speaker Paul Ryan says President-elect Trump has a mandate. What is he going to do with that?
Well, I think he's going to execute his plan. I mean, he talked about the things he wants to national security, immigration, the economy, 100-day plan, working with the Speaker and the leader of the U.S. Senate. All those things are really important. We have a mandate, and the American people decided to put the Republicans in control of the House, the Senate, and the White House, and that means that we now need to execute the will of the American people, and the will of the American people is to execute a plan to get this country moving forward again, and Donald Trump and President-elect Trump, that is going to make that happen.
Well, Mr. Chairman, though, is Paul Ryan as Speaker fully on board with this President-elect? Because Paul Ryan was on this program about a week and a half ago, and several times referred to the Republican nominee. He would not even use Mr. Trump's name. Isn't that a flip-flop?
Well, I think if you look over the last several days, he has, and by the way, he is 100% on board. Donald Trump is going to be the president, and he has a mandate, and a mandate, quite frankly, that our country hasn't seen since Ronald Reagan across the entire Midwest. And so the plan is going to get executed, and I think the American people should be encouraged by what President-elect Trump has said, both on Wednesday morning and what he's done yesterday. Yeah. He and the president had a fantastic meeting. They genuinely got along. It was real. And I think they had admiration for each other. And so that the American people should look at as an encouraging sign of leadership, that this next president understands that he's not just the president for the Republican Party. He's the president for every American, Democrat, Independent, everyone in between. When
you say that about how he's the president for all the people, what do you think about these protests around the country, some of which are now becoming riots?
Yeah, I just say, you know, I hope people just have an open mind and kind of just judge President-elect Trump by what is really happening, which is a person who's trying to bring people together, a person who sat down with the president yesterday for an hour and a half, a person who didn't brag, took out all the campaign-type rhetoric out of his acceptance speech and said, it's time to come together. I don't care what your gender is, what your religion is, what your race is. I want to make you proud of the job that I'm doing. That's what Donald Trump is saying. And so I would just tell everyone, today's Veterans Day. We have a lot to be grateful for. We're in the greatest country on the face of the earth. Let's be a team together, take the weekend, and we will govern for everybody.
And, Mr. Chairman, it sounds like you are a foot soldier in that cause. You want to get behind this agenda. Are you going to be the next White House Chief of Staff?
Honestly, Ed, I'm telling you, number one, that's not my job. Number two, I don't have any updates for you on transition. I'm sitting here at the RNC, and it's a great job, and that's the one I'm doing.
But if the President-elect calls you, I got to pin you down. If the President-elect asks you to be the White House Chief of Staff, yes or no?
It's not something that I'm talking about right now, Ed. I mean, I know you're trying to pin me down.
Well, the door's open.
It's one of these places. Yeah, listen, the president, the next president is going to be a great president, and I just hope everyone out there understands that he has a mandate. He has talked about bringing everyone together. He will be that person. I think he will be transformational, and I was just happy to be a small part of it.
Well, good. We appreciate you being here this morning, and good luck in whatever you do in the road ahead.
Thank you, Ed.
Mr. Chairman.